had a great impact. In 1997, Philadelphia VIP, CLS, and the private bar started a program called ALEC, which is a lawyer for every child. And this project responded to the changes in the SSI regulations. And Bob came on board and he helped put many pieces of that project together. Because I was directly involved in the program, I had first-hand knowledge of the great asset and value Bob brought to the program.
So I learned very quickly that Bob stands up at the sort of front of the courtroom, and it's a very crowded courtroom. So the way it works is everybody sort of stands in a line waiting for Bob. Bob's sort of the first person you go to and the last person you go to. I mean, he kind of knows everything, and whenever you have a thorny situation, without Bob, I don't know, what we'd do.
Bob's a good colleague, and there's a great willingness on his part to work together to be part of a solution, that he doesn't need to be the one recognized for solving the problem, that he's happy to just be a part of the conversation and to help us help senior homeowners. So I guess that's another way of saying Bob doesn't have an ego that needs to be polished. He's just a real fair, good colleague.
So I met Bob when the mortgage foreclosure diversion program started in 2008. He had to really familiarize himself with all the regulations coming down in the housing industry at that time, which were numerous, they were extensive, they were complicated, they were contradictory, and he was our best bet to sort of synthesize all of that and share the information with everybody. And the housing counselors who were not lawyers, in particular, really rely on Bob. They still do to this day.
Every week we were faced with new regulations that were coming out of Washington, and we were interconnecting with those legislators to try to understand what is the best read of that legislation to bring the most hope and promise to these homeowners. And I always say I see it as an opportunity. It was a crisis that we had control of and used it to really bridge, to really stabilize homes, communities, the city. I'm very proud of it, as we've had many accolades, and part of it is for work such as Bob Lukens and others, right in that pit every day, just working it, really working it. So we love you, Bob.
There's not a judge in the courtroom. I usually stick my head in, maybe in the morning, walk through and take a look around and see how full the room is, to make sure first that everyone in the room has a seat. But whenever I go in, Bob is very calm with whomever he's dealing, be that the attorneys, the clients, or the homeowners. And that's why we were so happy and proud to name the first Bob Lukens Award after him, and to give it to him when we celebrated 10 years of the program earlier this year.
Congratulations, Bob.
Congratulations, Bob.
Congratulations, Bob, on receiving the Philadelphia Bar Foundation Award. This seems to be your year, and it couldn't happen to a better person.
Well, thank you very much to the foundation for this very generous award. And I want to thank Sophie Bryan for nominating me. Sophie's with the Volunteers for the Indigent Program, and I want to express my deepest appreciation for this acknowledgement. I began my career at Community Legal Services collaborating with volunteer attorneys, and this award underscores basically that my career has been based on collective work with volunteer attorneys who have made my job so much easier. So I want to thank all of the folks who volunteered. I want to thank my colleagues at Community Legal Services, and I want to thank the folks at the Volunteers for the Indigent Program, Philadelphia Legal Assistance, and the Senior Law Center, who primarily have been present in the diversion program since 2008 and have basically been responsible for the success. So thank you again for this very prestigious award, and I'm really very honored by this acknowledgement.